Alicia Meyer from Keep the Lights here on Princeton Community Television.
I'm Rachel.
I'm Jenny.
And we're here with Jody Wood. We're actually here at the Montessori School where we do our weekly Saturday acting classes. Rachel and I are in the master's class.
Yes.
We enjoy, and now we're going to be taping here at the older class, and we got some film at the younger class. So, our first question for you is...
The name of the studio? The JW Actors Studio.
All right.
I just wanted to think it's a Montessori school.
Yeah, it's
Nothing's
not
wrong with Montessori schools.
What are some of the things you've done? TV?
You mean as an actor?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. I've been in several things over the years. A lot of television shows, some of which a lot of people may not remember because you guys don't every time I bring them up. But yeah, I was on NYPD Blue quite a bit. I was on a show for 4 years called Boston Public. Diagnosis Murder, The West Wing, ER. It goes on and on. Several television shows, a lot of sitcoms, movies, Halloween, and LA Confidential, and the list goes on.
What
So
was your
I've been blessed to have a very nice career.
What was your favorite overall movie or TV show that you've done?
It's hard to say a favorite, really. I'd say Boston Public only because it was a really more consistent job and a consistent character that I got to develop and grow because it was more episodes that I did, you know what I mean? And but there was a show called The Practice where it was really challenging for me. I played a father of a murder victim. My 17-year-old daughter was killed, and it was really challenging as an actor to play that and hold that, sustain that for a full week. So
I remember back at the old studio, you had like picture frames filled with like pictures from the different parts.
yes,
It seems like all of them, except for the Denny's commercial, you were playing.
a cop.
Policeman.
Yes, a cop.
I played a ton of cops. Sometimes what happens is you get typecast in Hollywood, and you're a blue collar guy. So I just come off as a cop, I guess. And it's funny because I thought I was going to be a cop when I was a kid.
Aw.
I did. I really did. I never thought I'd be an actor. I just didn't think that. I wanted to be a detective. So I ended up playing several of them on television. So there you go.
How did you get into acting when you were younger?
I didn't really. I didn't take any training like you guys have. First of all, there was nothing like this, where we grew up or, that I knew of at all. I didn't. I just, hung out with my friends, and I imitated all the teachers, and I sort of the funny guy in school and that kind of thing, and sort of honed my craft with my brothers, believe it or not. And I'm one of 8 kids, so I always had an audience, and I don't know. And then what happened, I was about 16 years old, and I was asked by the parish priest, that was our priest, asked me if I'd do this reciting at a Irish festival thing. And I said, sure, I'd love to do that, Father. And it turned out the part I was reading was an old lady. And I was creating this character as an old lady. And of course, when I did it, everyone's laughing because here comes Jody Wood, what's he going to do now? But it was very serious. And I was dressed in a wig and stockings and a dress and all that kind of stuff, and everybody's laughing. And by the end of it, it was quiet as could be because it was very serious. She was talking about her son's dying and her husband dying. And I had them, and I went, wow, I like this.
Well, you obviously teach our acting class. So
Yes.
what are the differences? Like we're masters, and then there are the advanced, and the one in New York.
Yeah, who's the craziest?
You.
Yeah, okay, we figured that.
Craziest?
Yeah.
Well, stick around. We have another class coming right over there. That's pretty crazy. Some of those kids, 2 of them right over there right now, have been with me since they were crawling practically. So they've been a long time. It's different. I mean, it's all the same philosophy, as you know, that it's all about the truth and being truthful and how professionals train and taking it a step further than any programs you may have in your schools around town, which is why I started doing this 8 years ago. I felt that around the area here, the schools were very good with the singing and the dancing and that, but they didn't really focus on acting. And I thought, they probably should. It's because my daughter was going to school here in Hopewell, and other friends of ours, kids, and I watched them and go, man, if they could really work on the acting, they could really be doing something here. So that's how this started. So we take it from different levels. I mean, I have really little kids and I have adults, older people, and it's all the same philosophy, to speak truthfully, speak and behave truthfully in the imaginary circumstances, which I know you've heard before. And that means to just be truthful and honest and keep it real, just like we're talking right now. It's not out acting. You don't want to get caught acting. Acting is the last thing anybody wants to see.
So who takes it the most seriously? Like the little kids because they're not afraid of judgment, or the older kids because they can really dedicate themselves to the acting? Or is it all pretty much the same?
Yeah, in their own level, they take it seriously. I mean, the really little kids, I wouldn't know about serious. It's more fun for them, which is fine. They're exploring their imaginations. They're 9 years old. I'm not going to be, hey, be truthful, you little, I'm not going to, it's fun. It's a different level, obviously. But the class, you guys, most of you guys in this class take it very seriously, which is great. Although we have a lot of fun, like we did today. In the other class, you'll see, we take it only because it's really about your development as a person and as an actor, they go one and the same. They're just a little bit older. They have had more training, that kind of thing. But then I have my studio in New York where these are young people that want to be professionals. Not everybody in this class wants to be a professional actor, and that's fine. It's okay. And quite frankly, they probably wouldn't be. It's a very difficult field, and you gotta really want it. You gotta, I tell everybody, if you can be happy doing something else, do it. Do it, because it's a tough profession. But if you wake up and you go, I have to do this. I'm an actor. This is what I do. I have to do this. Then you have to do it. Much of the parents' chagrin. Jody, don't tell them that. I'm going to go to school. Get a backup plan. Yeah, I know, but if it's in you, it is. If it's not, trust me. If you can be happy doing something else, am I repeating myself? Do it.
What do you think is the best improvising game for actors? Old and young.
The best improv game. It's hard to say the best. If I had to pick one, it's the foundation of them all for improv acting, the yes and exercise. Because you can explain that to me.
Oh yeah.
The yes and exercise helps us to.
Learn, the last thing you learn, and the thing that you learn in the middle. It's like.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're asking me about improvisation, it would have to be that, because it's the foundation of everything that we do. It's about listening. It's about building on the idea, not squashing an idea. It's about breaking down barriers to creativity. It's about feeling okay. It's safe for me to bring up an idea. I'm not going to be judged. None of that. And that's what this whole studio is based on.
And usually ends in depression and death.
It somehow does, yeah.
The game, whenever we play it in class, the idea keeps building and building, but then someone mentions something slightly negative.
It ends up in suicide or death or something depressing. And just,
Yeah.
But then we get back around.
We're
It's a happy
special
thing.
children.
Remember that? That's the same. It's been going on for years like that.
Well, if you guys want to know a fun fact, the three of us, Rachel, I, and Jenny, we all met right here. So if it wasn't for Jody over here, you wouldn't even be watching us blabbing on TV here. So, thank you.
You never know what one thing leads to another, right?
Yeah.
It's like today, we had that whole thing with the burglar alarm going off, right? We didn't know that was going to happen. All of a sudden, the cops at the door, and I forgot to sign in. So, like I was saying in our lesson today,
Yeah.
you don't know. One moment's going to lead to another, to another, to another. You don't know what's going to happen, which is why I'm a big believer in improvisation as a tool for actors. Big time. The philosophy is to use the improv stuff along with other methods that I've learned over the years and combining them.
What do you think is the difference between acting on stage and acting in a movie or TV?
Acting is acting. The only difference in movies is you have less space to work in a lot of times, especially when you're in sort of a location where you're, like if we're doing this, we don't have much room to move because there's a camera here, we'd be out of frame, that sort of thing. But acting internally is still acting. Who am I? What do I want? What am I going to do to get what I want? And those kinds of things. But in film, it's a little bit, your gestures are smaller. You can say more with your eyes, that kind of thing. You don't want to be big and all over the place. But acting is acting. Acting is what it is. For film, it's just a different style of it because you need to bring things down a little bit. Your imagination is even wider. A lot of times you're working with other actors that aren't there. You're working on it with a green screen behind you. They're going to turn later on into dinosaurs that you got to be afraid of when there's nothing there. So it's really deepening and deepening and deepening your imagination.
So is it easier to commit to your character when you're in a play, maybe? Because it's a whole green screen thing.
Not easier. It's the same thing. Like acting is acting. If you're going to learn how to commit to a character, I guess it might be harder because you stop and go so much in film, and you're shooting films for sometimes months. You go away, you work for 2 weeks, they don't need you again for another 4. You got to come back, completely get back into that same character, that same person. If you know the process and you train hard and you train right, you can bring it back like that.
And are you thinking of adding any other classes like musical theater or public speaking?
Yeah, oh, definitely. I'd love to have a musical theater class. I wouldn't teach it. It's not really my thing. I would have a singing instructor come in. I would work with the actors, how to, be real and truthful in a musical. The song, I work with actors on their singing. I help kids with auditions all the time. And the song is it's a monologue, only you say it differently, I've been pain, but you just sing, because it's just a different way of speaking, communicating, So yeah, it's why, who am I, what do I want? Look at them, they're laughing at me over there. Anyway, I love it.
Yeah, so Jody, as you can see here, he's very serious about acting, but he also loves the fun side about it. And that's what it's all about right here. Right?
Fun.
Yeah.
Definitely. If you can't have fun, then forget it, It's a lot of fun. The improvisation especially is a lot of fun. We laugh a lot, we joke around a lot.
A lot.
And, it's got to have a fun, creative atmosphere. I believe in that, totally. And then when it's time to get, really serious about the craft, then, that's what we do. That's how professionals train.
And what would you suggest for people who are enjoying your acting class?
Who don't enjoy it?
No, who want to join.
Who want to.
What do they do? Well, you go to www.jwactorstudio.com and, are we supposed to promote this now, really? Okay. Well, call the studio in Princeton. jwactorstudio.com is the website, and you learn a lot about what we do on there, and my history and my background, and how I feel that I'm qualified to do this. And we've been here for 8 years now, so something's going right, and we've had a lot of successful things happen. I've got a few students that are working. I got a kid on Broadway right now. Got another girl just closed an off-Broadway show and doing a television series. So, And I'll tell you another thing, quick story. There was a boy that came here from war-torn Yugoslavia 6-7 years ago. He was in my class. I won't mention his name because I don't, whatever. But I saw him. He couldn't look me in the eye. He was just, nervous and he wanted to learn acting, and he's never going to be, and he's not. I know he's not going to be an actor, but he learned what he could, what we did over a couple of years, and then he went on his way. And he graduated high school. I was walking down Nassau Street in Princeton with this other young lady. We were doing an interview for a newspaper because she was about to be in this De Niro-produced television series and a Spike Lee movie. So it was like, wow, it's a big deal in Princeton, right? So we're walking down after the interview on Nassau Street, and this young man came out of the store. Mr. Wood, hi, how are you? Hey, how you doing? And he said, I just want to let you know that I got into the political science program at Georgetown University. And I couldn't have done it if it wasn't for your class, and the confidence that we were able to learn in your class. That just blew me away and made me feel like, wow. I was almost more proud of that than I was of her doing that move, I swear, because it was, wow, like a life-changing thing. And acting can do that. These skills can do that. It's not just about acting. It's about life and confidence and being the best you can be and telling the naysayers, screw you, I'm going to be what I am. Yep.
Okay, well, if there's anything else you'd like to say about the classes, you can say it now.
Today, we have our master/company class. These kids are all high school kids. A lot of them are seniors. There's a couple that are leaving me after this year that we've been working together for a number of years. And that's always sad to see. That's been happening a lot over the last few years. But you see them going on to great programs and doing great things, and I'm proud of them. And this is the company class. This is the class where we get deeper into the work, we get much more skilled in our improv work, and we do plays. And we do some very serious plays, a lot of good comedies, but it steps it up a much higher level of the training, where it's disciplined, it's expected to be here. If you miss a certain amount of classes without a good excuse, we ask you to leave or come down, go to another class. It's expected that you're going to be there for one another, because actors need to be there for one another, and you're going to commit. It's about commitment, and that's what professionals do. So it's a higher level of that, and it's a good crowd, just a good group of kids. I think we had about 14 in the class, and they work hard. And one of them's a real pain in the neck, but what are you going to do? Like a dog stalker.
I'm the mouse that's running away from the cat.
And the fire hydrant.
I'm the cheese within the mouse's mouth.
I'm the car trying to figure out why I can't park 2 feet away from the fire hydrant.
Very good.
I'm the fire hydrant.
And I'm the dog peeing
One at
near
a
the
time.
And I'm the cop giving a ticket to the car by the fire.
I am the hose.
I'm walking my dog.
I'm the annoying person who's checking their phone on the fire.
I'm the cop's boss, making sure he's doing everything right.
I'm the color on the fire hydrant.
I'm the cop's cop. Boss. That's making sure the boss is doing everything that the boss should be doing.
I'm the fire truck.
I'm a random person walking by.
Great, have a seat. Let's end this with one round of 4 square.
Piece of trash. It deserved to be crashed.
Yeah, it's trash now because you crashed it.
Wait.
Do you have anything to say for yourself?
Yeah. Yeah, you're stupid.
I'm stupid.
Yeah.
I'm stupid. How do you think I got to work for Microsoft? To make money, to buy that car which you just crashed.
Your daddy paid for it. He's
Rotate.
rich. Unlike you.
Why do we have to do this job?
You can do it. I'm just gonna sit over here and eat
No!
some leftover popcorn.
No!
My life is a mess.
No! I don't want you to eat popcorn!
Shoulders up and around, hands out of pockets. You don't have to distort your entire body. You're just rolling the shoulders, that's all we're doing. We're not doing like shoulders, chest, and muscle. Oh, here we go. Climb and stretch. Good morning!
Boy, am I gonna wake you up!
All right, climb and stretch.
Wake up those
Wake up those eyes, wake up those lips.
wake up those stars. Well, it's easy if you just do it right.
Climb and stretch. All right. Make our face really little. Blah. 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 And hum and chew, please. All right. What's our tongue twister for today? Denise sees the fleece. Denise sees the fleece.
Denise sees the fleece.
Denise sees the fleece.
Denise sees the fleece.
Denise sees the fleas.
Denise sees the fleas.
Denise sees the fleas.
Denise sees the fleas.
Denise sees the fleas. Denise sees the fleas.
Denise sees the fleas. Denise sees the fleas.
At least Denise can sneeze.
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 And feed and freeze the fleas.
And feed and freeze the
And
fleas.
feed and freeze the fleas.
And feed and freeze the fleas.
Denise sees the fleas. Denise sees the fleas. At least Denise can sneeze and feed and freeze the fleas.
Denise sees the fleas. Denise sees the fleas.
At least Denise can sneeze and feed and freeze the fleas.
This is a game of concentration. No repeats or hesitation. The category is furniture,
Chair. Couch. Sofa.
bed.
Yeah.
This is a game of concentration. No repeats or hesitation. The category is
Fruits.
fruits.
Apple. Pears. Banana.
Eggplant.
It's a game of concentration. Eggplant. No repeats or hesitation. The category is
Vegetables.
Turnip.
Eggplant.
this is a game of concentration. No repeats or hesitation. The category is
Superheroes.
Superman.
Batman.
This is a game of concentration. Silent Man. Category is
Agriculture.
Shirt.
Ties.
Pants.
Bra. Skirt.
Knee socks.
Socks.
Panties.
belt. It's a game of concentration. No repeats or hesitation.
I'm
Category is
agitated.
animals. Horse.
Chihuahua.
Chimpanzee.
Skunk.
Panda. Cats. Capybara.
Gorillas.
Red panda.
Bobcat.
Elephant.
I've never done that. I was like, yeah, okay,
It's
that's great. Okay.
Excellent. Pick a partner, please.
I just hit everyone.
Pick a partner. I don't know if I want to be a partner. Okay. Come on now. Not dancing. This is not dance time. All right. Repetition. Repetition exercise. The mice are technique. Ready? Focus. The repetition exercise. All right. Here's what we're going to do. Who has done the repetition exercise? Liv. Everybody else have a seat for a minute. Right here. Liv, you and I are going to do the repetition exercise.
Oh, this thing.
This thing is known as the mindful technique. I like to combine this along with improvisation because it gets you to A, listen, number one, and also B, to work off the other person's behavior. So that's what really we're reacting to a lot in our work on stage or in film. We're working off of people's behavior, right? And we're getting out of our own head. We don't want to be in our own head. We don't want to be thinking about how am I feeling, da, 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 da. It's about focusing on the other person. If I'm going to make her look good, she makes me look good, the scene's going to be good. That's what matters. That's what we're here to do. We're here to serve the scene. Always, always, always. It's not about me in the scene. It's about me making Liv look good. Right? So we can tell the story, serving the story, right? And it starts with working off of behavior. So we're going to stand here, we're going to stare at one another. And as a great acting teacher that I had once said, be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Be okay with being feeling awkward. It's okay. That's why we're here. Right? This is where we break down those barriers. This is the Sanford Meisner repetition exercise. Okay.
You're shaking.
I'm shaking.
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 You're shaking.
You just nodded your head.
I did nod my head.
You nodded. You looking.
You stumbled.
I stumbled.
You stumbled.
I stumbled.
You stumbled.
I stumbled.
You stumbled.
I stop. Let's go this way. Only because I know this is. I want to this.
You just switched sides.
I just switched
You
sides.
just switched
I
sides.
just switched
You just
sides.
switched sides.
You're not listening.
I'm not listening.
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 You're listening now.
I'm listening now.
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 You're listening now.
You're nodding.
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 You're getting serious.
I'm getting
You're
serious.
very serious.
I'm very serious.
You're very serious.
I'm very
You're
serious.
very serious.
I'm very serious.
Very serious.
I'm very
You're
serious.
standing very still.
I'm standing still.
You're standing still.
I'm standing still.
You're standing still.
I'm standing still.
You blinked at me.
I blinked at you.
You blinked at me.
You blinked at me.
I blinked at you.
You blinked at
I
me.
blinked at
You
you.
blinked at me.
You blinked at me.
You blinked at me.
You're staring very intensely.
I'm staring very intensely.
You're smiling.
You're smiling.
You're smiling.
You're smiling.
You're smiling.
I'm smiling.
You're smiling.
You're smiling.
You're happy.
I'm happy.
You're happy.
You're happy.
I'm happy.
You're happy.
I'm happy.
You're happy.
I'm happy.
You're happy.
You seem very happy.
I seem very
You
happy.
seem very happy.
I seem very
You
happy.
got the idea? It's all about behavior. Who wants to try this? Great. Marcos and Julie.
You're quiet.
I'm quiet.
You asked a question.
I asked a question.
You asked a question.
I asked a question.
You asked a question.
You're smiling.
I'm smiling.
You're smiling.
You're smiling.
I'm smiling.
You're smiling.
I'm smiling.
You're smiling.
I'm
You
smiling.
seem surprised.
I'm surprised.
You seem surprised.
I seem surprised.
You seem surprised.
I seem surprised.
You seem surprised.
I don't seem surprised.
You don't seem surprised.
I don't seem surprised.
You don't seem
I
surprised.
don't seem surprised.
You seem like you're questioning.
You're shaking your head.
I shook my head.
You shook 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 your head.
I shook my head.
You look down.
I looked down.
You look down.
I looked down.
You look down again.
I looked down again.
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 You look down
I
again.
looked down again.
You're laughing.
I'm laughing.
Good, good. Let's go up to the stage, please. Pick a part.
Go.